Welcome to Plano Wired. I'm your host, Elise Bowman. Old School, New School is an organization that is celebrating a very special milestone. Let's find out more about this association and its rimshot mission.
10 years ago, an organization was born, one that would change the lives of Plano youth, shape their dreams, and change our community.
It was founded in 1999. Actually, my wife and I have always been involved in kids' lives, and we were trying to do our very best to find some way to draw them in. And at the time, basketball was growing so much, and we just heard so many different stories of kids being mistreated or not given a fair opportunity to do something. So we thought basketball would be a draw to bring them in to be able to help them. That was kind of our idea and our picture, and then God had a different plan for us. We were getting kids, but we wasn't getting to teach basketball because they were bringing all these problems to us, like just single mothers trying to deal with a kid that was kind of veering off and doing different things. And I'm from the Douglas community, like I said, born and raised in Plano, and we just didn't have an idea that this much stuff was going on in a negative way. And God just really started revealing to me that, listen, these kids need me first. Then they need their family. They need to understand the value of family. And then they need to understand the importance of getting their books, education. And then basketball really is a hobby. So our system became God first, family second, education third, and basketball was fourth. We decided to have a club meeting. We had a meeting, and we did everything out of our house, out of our home. And we invited some kids. They showed up. We kind of told them about, putting God first and giving them different ideas to pursue their goals and dreams. Well, that really started to work. We started having free camps because our thing was we were dealing with a lot of kids that couldn't afford the AAU basketball and all the different things there. So our system was we were just going to let the kids come in. We were praying that people would donate to help us because it's really for at-risk kids that just were getting in trouble without having any guidance. They were going to have different lives. So we just took that approach, and it took us a long time to get our 501c3, but we did get it. I think the thing that really kind of turned us around was the fact that we just seen how we were really helping kids. We were making a difference in their lives. There were kids that were quitting school, that was getting back in school. The kids that had gave up on they could go to college, we were getting them in college. Several stories of kids that actually just, quit playing basketball and graduated from college.
Are we shooting to make it? Okay, if we're shooting to make it, that means we got to have a target. Eyes on the target. Focus. What's the object of the game? To put the ball in the basket. That's right. They don't give points if you miss. They only give you points if it goes in. Almost isn't good enough, right? All right, let's go.
As the organization flourished, the impact became apparent.
We have definitely made a difference in the Douglas community, the Plano community. And so the Douglas community was allowing us to do Friday night basketball. We were doing summer camps there. And the numbers really grew. We were probably having anywhere from 100 to 300 kids coming. The Douglas community was affected because there were no kids then hanging out. They were actually coming in. They were getting the word of God. They were praying with people. We had pastors and youth pastors, and we had people that were of great influence there that owned their own companies or that were mentors, and they were coming in, and we were getting to just really pour into a kid's life. The biggest thing we really did was just give them a positive place to be without having to pay money. Because if we were charging, I'm pretty sure the numbers wouldn't have been where they were. But there was nobody getting arrested. There was nobody doing drugs. There was no fights. We had a cop to write a letter to Plano cops that said, hey, he couldn't believe that the respect that they had for this program. Kids wouldn't cuss. Kids were not fighting. They were just playing basketball. They were being nice to one another. They were being respectful when it was time to pray. Nobody was, goofing off. They were really respecting the Lord and praying. kids were going back to school that had either quit school or got kicked out of school. They were going to church. It was just a lot of good things that were happening there. We needed more hours, really, and that's kind of how we got to Willow Creek. We got there because they really could give us everyday use of the facility. And then we got involved with homeschool kids, and the numbers just kept growing and growing.
In addition to providing a healthy lifestyle, Old School New School provides tutoring. This is another example of how they are investing in Plano's future.
At the Willow Creek, we had 2 years ago, there was probably, I guess, 60% of our kids were felons. When we brought in the free tutoring, now every one of them are passing.
Several success stories have come out of the 10 years that Old School New School has been in existence. And now it's time for the community to give back.
I mean, I want to do more of this, but it's just really me and my wife, and we're outnumbered. We need more help. We need more volunteers. We need more people to come in. And we don't really put a set price on the stuff that we do just because we don't want a kid to not come because his mom can't afford it. The next 10 years is just to really see if we can get funded where we're not worrying about if we can pay the electricity bill or keep the gym open. I would really say that if we were ever funded, I think we would change everything about Plano youth, because there's a lot of people that believe in what we're doing. We don't want to see kids failing and dropping out of school. We want to see them achieve their goals and dreams, and we want to be a part of that. And hopefully God will give me more than 10 more years, but we're praying that it just, even at the numbers that we're doing now, if we can stay consistent there, if we can get the kids that are graduating from college to come back and mentor some of the kids that are there, because that's kind of the concept of the Old School, New School thing. So I think that it will be, another great 10 years and more, and prayerfully some of those kids will come back and take over what I'm doing.